Joining us for the latest managerial interview after today's draw with Eastbourne Borough's Neil Baker. Neil, I know you've got a weakened team with illness, injury and suspension. Is it a point dropped, or a point gained, or 2 points dropped?
You can look at it both ways, I think. We weren't good today. You know, there's no sort of hiding that. I don't think we created many chances other than probably, balls that have sort of flashed across goal, and I don't think the keeper's made too many saves today. We were right up against it, no question. Obviously, we knew we didn't have Ben. Niz obviously picked up his injury, Guy with his suspension, and then yesterday we get the call late last night with Robbo and Max. Robbo's ill with flu, Max is ill with flu, Lee Togwell struggling with flu, got Warren Harris with a tight hamstring. You wouldn't have known that, but we're really up against it. 4 games in 10 days, and I feared for us today. I'm not going to lie, I feared for us. I did say beforehand, want to get something from the game. Obviously you're disappointed when you don't win at home, but I think that's now 11 games unbeaten at home, and you wouldn't have thought it today, but yeah, it's one of those, you always want to win these types of games, but we haven't lost, so that's positive.
Is also a positive the fact that although you didn't create the chances, you did, as you say, put the balls into the box.
Yeah.
There was maybe just
nobody gambling. I think nobody gambling. In at the back post, I think we probably had 3 or 4, fizzed across the goal, and if you got somebody just sort of gambling a little bit at the back post, then we probably get a tap in or 2. I can't say that they didn't deserve a point, because I think that they did. I thought they created some good chances as well. Jack's made a couple of good saves and had a couple of blocks and near misses. I think they've hit the post as well. So on the balance of it, I think they were probably the better side on the day, if I'm brutally honest. And I couldn't see where we were going to break the deadlock. And obviously it comes from a great strike from Scott Davis, his first goal for the club, and it's a brilliant goal. And you're hoping that gives you the lift, but it was very subdued here today. And when your players are out on their feet, they're really, really struggling. You need that bit behind you, and I don't think we got that today.
Yeah, I mean, there were stages in the first half, especially where Eastbourne's band of 6 fans were mostly out singing 200 to 300 behind the goal. You need that kind of thing. It's difficult Christmas, people are going to games, but there's times when you need a boost. There's only so much you can do.
I think today it was massive. It was you only had to look at, we had Max sitting on the bench who was ill. There was no way he could come on, but he done us a favour and come and sat on the bench, and he would have been an emergency. But you need that lift sometimes. The players aren't machines, they're not robots, and the atmosphere was flat, and there's no getting away from that. We're a side that's still in the playoffs. I know we got beat by Wealdstone the other day, but we're a side that's still sitting there in the playoffs, 7 points clear in the playoffs, and it felt like we were a side that are on a losing run of 5 or 6, because I heard shouts in the some people saying pass the ball, some people saying go longer, and it's a bit of negativity that can get over to the players. And when you're low on energy, when you're low in terms of fatigued, I talked about it in my pre-match preview. The lads are fatigued today, and they were as well, don't get me wrong, they were fatigued and whatever else, but sometimes you just need a little bit of a spark, and just didn't think we got that today, which is disappointing. But there's no blame attached to anyone. It's just sometimes you just do need that little, like Liverpool's a perfect example. They talk about that 12th man and the cop, and I know it's only 200-300 people, but get behind a lad sometimes, and it's difficult. It's difficult, and I understand it, but yeah, it's one of those things today.
And I guess it's even harder is the fact that sometimes when you go away, the game at Wealdstone,
they're brilliant,
absolutely fantastic, out singing 400 to 500, but then you come here to Other Park, and at times you could mostly have had more noise from a funeral parlour. Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. We've had some really good times here, some fantastic games, and as I said, we're a side that are sitting 4th in the league. We've gone up a place, haven't we, today? And we're sitting 4th in the league. And as I said, it just the feeling around the place, as I say, it felt subdued. And sometimes that can get over to the players. And it's maybe a calling out. We are punching above our weight. There's no denying where we are in the league. We are punching above our weight. We're a club that we don't have a rich benefactor. We don't have somebody that's pumping loads of money in. We've got predominantly a side that have stepped up from Step 3 football. 2 years ago we were in the Southern Premier League, and the vast majority of these players have been with us. And yeah, we brought in a few, but they're doing wonders. And we need the support. We need the support from the local community. We need more people through the gates. People talking about us trying to push on to the next level. Well, at the moment we're not in a position to do that, and we're just about managing to do that on the football field with how we've been performing all season, and we just need that support from everyone. And listen, there's some absolutely amazing people that are involved in the club and get behind us, as you say, away from home. But we need to make this place a difficult place for people to come, and today just felt quite easy for them.
Talk about Scott Davies scoring his first goal. What is it about Eastbourne Borough scoring from inside your own half?
We said that. Obviously, Ben last year or the year before? Last year, wasn't it? And then Scotty today. If you want it to fall to somebody, it's probably Scott in that situation. He's done it a few times before as well, similar to Ben. Obviously it's a missed kick from their keeper, and it's gone straight to him. He's taken a good touch, and as soon as he hit it, I knew it was in. So it was a great goal from his point of view. It's a long time coming for Scott, but fair play to him. It was a great finish. It would have been, it's a good enough goal to win any game, but I don't think we deserve to win the game today.
Are you quite grateful that you've got a 7-day rest period now before Borough away next Saturday? 100%.
We need to try and look to see whether we can do anything. It's not that easy. Finances will dictate, and making sure that you bring the right player into the group. Obviously, we've got Aaron as well, who's possibly available if we need to take him. We need to try and think of one or two things, maybe just to freshen us up. But we're not going to rush into anything, and it's frustrating not to be able to have 5 sitting on the bench. Effectively, we've only had 2 on the bench today with Max, and that's frustrating. But when you don't have an academy side, you can't go and fill the bench with somebody, and when you get two sort of come to you late on a Friday evening, it's you just have to deal with the cards that you're dealt. So. Frustrating. We've given them Tuesday night off because they're exhausted, absolutely exhausted in there, and hopefully they'll come back re-energised on Thursday, and we can look to try and go to Billericay. Hopefully a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Guy should hopefully be back after Saturday's game, which gives us another body. And Ben's unfortunately away. His mum's out in New Zealand, and he's over there for 2 weeks. So that's a miss, and we'll see what we can do. But frustrating. But it's another point gained. It's another point towards trying to secure a playoff place. It's not a gimme. It's not a guaranteed. There's sides coming up, big sides coming up from behind, and we just need to try and put as many points on the board as we can.
Thanks for joining us, Neil.
Cheers,
Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.